This is my client. It's my beautiful sister, Chantal. And hi, Chantal. I'm Clarissa. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the differences between traditional health practices and clinical. So here's the handout so you can view it.
Okay.
Okay, so do you kind of have an idea what I mean when I say traditional or clinical?
Like, kind of. In an office would be traditional, regular OBGYN.
Sort of. Okay, so
Clinical.
when I say traditional, what I'm referring to is more natural or more holistic, and clinical would be more like an MD or an OBGYN or yeah, so hospital-based practice. So
That's clinical.
yeah, that's clinical. So for example, if when you have your baby, if you are having postpartum depression, or if maybe you're having a lot of mood swings, or you're just not making enough breast milk, traditionally, what women might choose to do is to save the placenta and then encapsulate it and use the hormones from the placenta to supplement their body. And clinically, that wouldn't be what they would choose to do. Clinically, a doctor would recommend you could try supplementing with formula if you're having not enough breast milk, or if you're having depression, they would most likely prescribe antidepressant drugs, which would also help to balance your hormones. So those are just that's kind of an example. Was there any other situations, like, for example, breast control? What's something you could do traditionally to prevent a pregnancy, or something you could do clinically?
Prevent what? I cut out for a minute.
For birth control?
Oh. Other methods of birth control?
Yeah, like traditionally, what might a woman do that's a more holistic approach for birth control?
Oh. No. Is condoms holistic?
Yeah, I would say that's more holistic because it's not a drug. It's just a barrier. So you could use
I
it.
know. The timing when
Yes.
you track your schedule.
Yes, that is a very holistic approach. Would be tracking your periods and just avoiding intimacy during ovulation. That's a very traditional approach. So a more clinical approach to birth control would be like a patch or taking the pill or an IUD, something along those lines. Okay, what about for your labor and your birth? What's something that you could do traditionally or holistically to help you cope with the intensity and the contractions during labor?
Probably hypnosis, breathing methods.
Right.
Just calm methods on your own.
Right, yeah, so a lot of massage. You could do hypnosis. You could have somebody guide you in meditation. And then, of course, clinically, there's several different drugs that you could choose from, including morphines or epidurals or other pain-blocking drugs.
Right.
Okay, so do you have any other questions about traditional or clinical or...
Well, how much do they overlap, I wonder?
Well, there's a lot of traditional type practices that come from many MDs and even some hospitals. I think overall, most healthcare professionals want your body to be able to do what it needs to do on its own, and drugs should always be a last resort. Hopefully, any doctor would agree with that.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully there's a lot of overlap. But as a midwife, we don't prescribe drugs, but definitely after, you try your traditional and holistic approaches, if you're not having success and if you need a drug, that's okay. And I would support you no matter what you choose. if that's what you
Okay.
needed. If you felt like you needed to go see an MD, I would definitely refer you to one that I trusted and that I knew and would want what you want is what's important.
Good.
Great. Well, thanks so much for coming today, and I'll send you home with this flyer, and feel free to call me if you have any more questions.
Very good.
Thank you so much.